Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, January 25th, 2024. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. Alright, that will be all for that today. Please do say hello in the chat. Crude is in a long trade. It's first trade of the day. And it's sitting just above the entry. The entry was 76.41. Money management 76.57, target at 76.59. Pound Aussie has been kind of active this morning. We had a short right at 8:30. It got money management but no targets. Actually, I take that back. It touched target 2 on the nose. Looks like 83.5 and target was 84. So yes, it did hit target. So 2 positions come off at target 2. That's a one and done. Otherwise, neither long trade triggered in, and we pick up this short, which went through 3 targets and trailed down to almost target 2. So 2 winning trades on the Pound Aussie, either one of which would be POQ, power of quitting. Unleaded being kind of interesting. Unleaded is in this long trade. It's first trade of the morning, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. This short probably was executable, and so you would have stopped and reversed at the full stop out, 696. But this short we'd have been kept out of that by stop and reverse adjustment, and so far both of those stop and reverse shorts we're still in the long. Stop and reverse would be at 679 with 4 tick stop and reverse adjust plus a key level adjustment since the stop and reverse would have been 680. And that is what has kept us so we're still actually in the long, the yellow long way back here. And the market is open. And let's see, did we get... looks like if you put your order in a second or 2 early, you'd be in this, but most likely looks like this is a no trade so far. It's a get in sync. Has not, well, no. And there's money management, so that's, I would call that a no trade. Don't believe you'd had a chance to get into that. Micro Russell bouncing through a long entry and coming back, so we are in the trade. And a full stop out, and now we have a short trade, and there's the short trade pops through. I lost my line there. That, I'm afraid, was... Yeah, that was too fast to catch. So one loss, and that's a no trade. And we'll try the long again. This time it's tradable, it looks like. Money management. Target 3. That's a winner. Trailer at target 1. 2000 point, and now 2001.4924, setting new session highs. And crude stopping and reversing to short. $32. Unleaded also going short. Yeah, it's going. That just went through target 2. So a small loss and then a solid target 1 and target 2 win. So this should be a power. I don't know, because we took a full loss to start with, so we're gonna have to work a little bit to get positive. Micro Russell with got a win on that one, so we have 1 win this morning on the short trade. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that was the long trade that was too fast. The short trade was a winner. We didn't trigger the second long. And here is a new long trade. Long trade on the YM. I would push that up a couple of ticks because it was right on the... Yeah, make that... And pushing it up would make it put it in major key level territory Yeah, I think I probably would do that. Make it 38,101. It's a pretty good sized trade. And a full loss on the Russell. And a new long trade that just triggered in. Another possible stop and reverse, that's going to be, oh Lord, we're running into all kinds of major key level adjustments. That trade's not big enough to make another 3-tick adjustment, so we'll leave it at 48. Stop and reverse adjustment of 2 ticks to 76.48. I don't like that entry, but the trade's just not big enough to support another 3-tick move for the major key level. But so far, we're still in the short. And Russell gets another short. Looks like it hit money management, and that's a break even intra-bar. Unleaded picks up another short if we're not positive yet. Let's see what soybeans is pushing down pretty hard. That was an early trade, and I don't see it. Yeah, there's an add-on, it looks like. Yeah, there's our start right there. Add-on trade at 932. 31 and a half. And it looks like we got 29 and a quarter. So 9-tick target. I picked up some sort of artifact that is causing the auto scale to not be working on some of my charts, and it will be different from one workspace to another, so don't know what it is yet. I may just have to rebuild some of these. But that is going to be a one and done. picking up all three targets, and we can use the purple trade trailer now. So 9, 14, and 20 ticks, 43, and stop at 30 flat. YM in the long trade. The long stop and reversal on crude is still valid. We did touch money management on unleaded. Didn't get to target, and we stop out for a break even. All right, 29.25 for the soybean stop, and that Russell trade unfortunately is turning into a nice trailer, but we stopped out intra-bar on that pullback at break even. YM still in the long, meandering around. All right, still short. On crude. YM taking a lot of heat right now. And I'm going to switch over from unleaded. Unleaded is, if not break even, should be positive. Or positive or very close to break even. So I'll switch over to micro NQ and see what that's doing. That looks like it right there. Yep. All right, the long trade is a get in sync, and that takes a full loss. Short trade, first one is avoidable, and we'll call this next one at this point a get in sync. Same situation there. It just spiked through and pulled back. Kind of noisy on the NQ at the moment. All right, soybean stopping out. That completes that trade plan. 9 ticks on the trailer. We've already picked up 43 on targets. So 52 ticks. 14 points. Yeah, 14. No, 13 points. 13 points, $650 trade. On if you're using all 4 positions. All right, potential long trade. In fact, looks like we are going to... No, our entry is 53. Yeesh. These key level adjustments are getting in places. We'll make it 54 just to get a tick beyond the... Not a place I would normally want to enter, but... And we hit 54, so that didn't help us any. Actually, that's just, yeah, that is trade number 3. 2 small losses, so I wouldn't use the 2 loss rule at that point. I would go ahead and take the 3rd trade. We had 2 small stop and reverses. YM did stop out. Definitely triggered into the short on the micro NQ. Good morning, Mark. Mark and Mark. Oh yeah, Renko is unit. I've got some of the charts. In fact, two of the charts here I'm using are Unit Renko. The catapult charts on the Micro Russell and the Micro NQ are both custom Renko bars using Unit Renko. I'm duplicating the custom Renko bars from TradeStation so we can be consistent between platforms. But yeah, you can certainly use the strategies, any of these strategies with Renko bars. And another, so that is break even and two full, no, let's see. That's two full losses on the Micro NQ. That NQ stopped out. Crude getting close to money management. Soybeans is done. The pound Aussie is done. Micro Russell stopped out of its trade on the calculator. I stopped out of that one at break even on the intra-bar move once it hit money management. Target 1 on crude. And a long trade on the Micro NQ that's taking heat. This would be a third loss if we take the full loss on this one. And that would end that session. Potential short trade on the Micro Russell. Plenty of time to get that just triggered in. And stop would be at, with our adjustment, would be at 54. Money management on that one was, yeah, 65 and target at 67. So we picked up 13 and looking for target 2 up at 77 for 23. And that, unfortunately, is another loss on the Micro Russell. And then we did get a full loss on the Micro NQ. That ends that session. I'll go ahead and announce today I will be dark Wednesday and Thursday. I've got another commitment that I'm going to have to be at both of those mornings, so not going to be able to have the trade room open. I will have to do the regular Tuesday morning session next week. Long trade on the Micro Russell. Yeah, I think we probably had a chance to get in that. Didn't quite get target 3. Or did it? Target 3 was 95.8. And we got to 95.8. So yes, we did get a winner there, and a trailer at 92.9. YM with a winning trade on the long side. Looks like a couple of chances to get into that. YM consolidating, trailer at 119. New home sales coming out in about 15 minutes. Actually, no, new home sales is coming out now. That's an orange label report. YM to trailer at 123 and hitting target 2. So all of our charts along the bottom are done, and we're in the 10 a.m. crude session. YM with a full loss and now a solid win. We get full loss was 86 ticks, 43 tick risk, and we picked up 40 ticks on target, and let's see. Target was 127 for 40, and we went to 132 for 45. We're down 1 tick. Lost 86 ticks on the first trade, picked up 85 on the second. So we'll take one more trade there. we're still in. Did we stop? It looks like we may have stopped out with the 54. Yep, we did stop out with the 54 stop. All of the calculator's tracking because it didn't have the stop and reverse adjustment. So we're looking for our for trades for the 10 a.m. crude mini session. One win, one loss. Break even, break even. That's 4. That's a no trade. That's a loss. 2 losses, a win, 2 break evens. And that's a win. So we are done with the micro Russell. 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 break evens. So the YM is, and now the YM has a short. And the YM getting into the short. And the YM with money management and target 1. So that'll be a POQ trade on the YM. Getting us positive. Short trade on crude. $76.44. That has not triggered in yet. And the YM stops out, so that ends the session there. So our only remaining chart is the 10 a.m. crude mini session. Everything else is done. YM looks like it's bouncing off the 50 and test the session highs again, it looks like. And there it goes through the session high. So we have the 10 a.m. crude mini session, and that will finish the day. Yeah, these strategies will, Leonard. These strategies will work fine with Renko bars. Just as with anything else, you just need to test it. One, to make sure you have the statistical advantage, and two, to make sure that it's something that you're interested in trading, and that you trust the plan so that you don't abandon it if you just have a few losses. Which every trade plan is going to have. Short trade on crude is still valid. Let's make that a little bigger. Pretty good movement in the markets this morning. Just a little back and forth, but it seems to be enough to be getting winning trades on most markets. And the crude short still valid. Almost 29 minutes into our session. How long has that trade been valid here? The trade has been there for 22 minutes and not triggered in and not canceled either. So very tight price action at the moment on crude. And crude short still valid, and we don't have any closes above the balance line yet. Although it looks like it's wanting to break out higher again, possibly. Waiting for the 50 to come up. 50 has been providing support through this move since around 9 o'clock. So maybe further back than that. It looks like one excursion down through the 50, tested the 200 and came back up and is running along, and the 50's following it at this point. It looks like it's Still not making it through the balance line. Now that's interesting though, is the fact that we've got all the way back to the session to open at roughly 6 p.m. yesterday. Or no, I'm sorry, 5 p.m. yesterday on one screen. That's very unusual on crude. So crude has not been very active this morning. Actually, in the session today, really. And triggering in the short. So crude short from 76.44. It's a new short. We got a new setup. Same price point for the entry, 76.35, 76.34 for the money management. So we will go to target 2 at 76.29, target 3 at 76.22. And we'll see if we can go through the 50 EMA. This will be the fourth attempt that I can see on the screen there to reverse to short and push through. Two of those triggered, and one was a full stop, one was a stop and reverse, basically a full stop out. And it appears the 50 is going to provide support again. Back up to the entry point. Push down to 40, to the 50 EMA at 41. And that's our last chart running. Everything else is done. And testing the 50 again. Looks like it pushed down to 40 this time, maybe. Yeah, it definitely pushed down to 40. Down at sitting at 41 now. Not moving very rapid. Certainly not moving rapidly. And down to pushing through it to 39. Can we get a close below? Let's see. So yeah, if we can we can get a close if we can get to 38. 38, well, yeah, there it is. It closed the bar at 39. Down as low as 36. Need 2 more ticks to money management at 34. Yeah, micro NQ showing a strong up move. YM is trying to head up. YM keeps pushing to new session highs. Up above 38,000 again. Micro Russell up in the high 1990s. And Micro NQ setting new session highs as well. So where is the Micro Russell in comparison? It's about 10 points below its session highs. So it's in positive territory. It's apparently had a pretty good move up. I hadn't even gotten to the session open there. Soybeans down on the session. And the pound Aussie just off of its session lows. And looks like break-even trade on crude. It touched money management and came back and stopped out. Stopped out at 43. So we'll look for another trade. Pretty slow going right now. And with that, it's almost 10:30. Since that's the only chart still going, and it's not moving, it's not very active this morning given how few bars we have, I'm going to go ahead and call it a morning unless anybody has questions. And we will see everybody on Tuesday. That'll be my only session next week. I have commitments on Wednesday and Thursday morning, so I will be dark in the trade room. And we will see everybody on Tuesday. Have a good afternoon, good trading tomorrow, and a good weekend. And we're almost through the month of January. Amazing how fast time seems to pass as it becomes a smaller and smaller part of your life. Months go by in the blink of an eye nowadays. All right, folks. Don't see any questions, so I will See everybody next week, Tuesday at 9:30. Have a good, wonderful weekend.